Yeah. Well, after that episode, I was talking to Alex, my nephew, our 2
Uh-huh.
cents guy,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah,
he
he's
says,
a
I don't have red hair.
That's
Oh.
I'm like to Katie. I thought I've never ever seen him with red hair, but I guess I just haven't looked at him.
Well, we argued for 3 hours about it.
Alex,
Over
you do
text
not have
and-
red hair.
I know. He says he has brown hair, but
Yeah, I
but
do.
you should have seen him as a kid. Red.
Hey, Kim and Katie.
Hey, Nay.
Hey, Nay.
I bet you guys are so jealous, but I'm almost done my Twizzler.
Oh,
I know.
I'm so jealous.
We've been
Love
like,
Twizzlers.
Yeah, they're so good. What's your favorite flavor?
I only take original red. I don't really.
Mhm.
Sometimes
I think
I
it's
don't
strawberry.
hate the others, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Is the original strawberry?
yeah, I
yeah,
guess so.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Strawberry.
Uh-huh.
Or is it called cherry? No, I think it's strawberry.
No,
I think it's strawberry.
Nibs are cherry,
Mhm.
and the licorice is strawberry.
Let's say a quick vote.
Okay.
Red Vines, Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. Yeah, we're Twizzler gang. And once you start eating them, it's really hard to stop, isn't
I know. Yes,
Mhm.
I bought a package. I love the chocolate Twizzlers too,
it? Mm-hmm.
just as much as the strawberry.
Yeah, I
and
do too. Because of Kim, I like this
yes.
chocolate. Yeah,
And I ate the whole package today. So
nice.
I'm
No
probably
food, just
filled on-
Twizzlers.
Pretty much. Well, I had some candy bars, a sugar cookie.
yeah, yeah. That's
Really,
my
no,
Kim.
no, I know, no joke.
Yeah. Sounds
Same
good.
at 60 as she was at 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's not really
But
60.
don't say
She's
don't
only
say
50.
60ish yet.
I know,
okay?
you're
or whatever.
You're
60-ish.
pushing us so
I
close out
know.
of 60.
I know.
We don't
Well,
need that name.
Katie's getting there. She's 54, so that's mid 50s.
55 in a few weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a. What is your birthday? Wonder if
June
it falls
21st.
on a Wednesday.
It's the first day of
we're
summer.
Not gonna have a.
That's all right. I'm used to it.
That's
I'm
right
used
in the
to it.
middle of
We're not going to have a
Yeah.
2
subject.
Wednesdays.
Yeah. I won't get a list of famous people or have
Wait,
my.
is Katie's birthday actually on the podcast night?
It's
No, it's on a
it's
Sunday.
on a Sunday, which is also Father's Day.
Oh, yeah. So this
Yeah.
year it's on Father's Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and speaking of how old I've gotten, is tonight I don't know if I look peaked to you guys, but I was outside using a Sawzall. We had taken down this big honeysuckle vine thing that was like as big as an elephant sized. And I was getting all the wood, when the vine grows into the fence. So it like zigs in and out. And
Yeah.
it's these big, thick vines. So I'm having to cut. My daughter and I were out there working on it on each side of the fence. And it wasn't even that hot. But all of a sudden, the sun was beating down on both of us and we were sweating and stuff. And all of a sudden, I was like, I got to go sit down. Like, I got to cool down. And I went inside and I thought, am I having heat stroke? Because I was really shaky and sweaty. And then I was like in front of the fan, and then I got really cold.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I did
'cause
have
you
something
got
going
super
on.
sweaty.
Uh-huh.
And then the fan cooled you off. the
Yeah.
sweat.
And then
yeah.
I got a blanket on because I was like
Uh-huh.
cold.
Yeah.
So
you're not supposed to cool yourself off too fast.
that may be what I did.
Well, I was just going to say to Katie, that is what happens after you work out. Now you know. You
Ooh,
get hot and
Good to
sweaty.
know.
And then you cool off. in front of
54
the
years,
fan.
and I finally have
Now you
experienced it.
know. Woohoo!
Yeah. Anyway, I was like, man, I am not my young self anymore.
I know. I hate
I was
that
out
feeling.
there. I got to get myself in gear here. We've got the podcast to record.
Well, I'm here to say you look normal. You don't
Okay.
look peaked or anything.
I don't look pale and
Nope.
good.
You look perfect.
I've
And
got the
I'm here
life
to
back
say-
into me.
this is all we have to work with. This is normal.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nay. I can always count on you for a self-esteem boost.
Yes. For the honest truth. That reminds me though, for some reason, you talking about that made me think, oh yeah, Matt, I got a text from Matt today. And for lunch, he went to Burger King because he's been dying to try the new Whopper.
Okay.
I mean, I want to try it too, but he just
you can't
was
wait
like,
forever.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. He
You're eating Twizzlers all day.
Yes.
And he's like, forget it.
Forget
I'm doing it
I'm not
on my
eating
own.
Twizzlers. Yeah. So he said he went in and got the Whopper.
Okay.
Because, since our episode. And he said it was actually delicious.
Really? Better.
So, well,
What did he
I don't
say?
know if he said it was better, but he said he quite enjoyed it. So I don't know. So I thought, okay, I got to go try it. Try it again. Let's just try it one more time. I mean, I haven't tried it since you said they've changed. He said, oh, I got a Whopper and it was the best burger I've had in a while. Oh. And the fries were super good too.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
well, let me try it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and maybe I did it too soon and they weren't good at it yet.
Yeah, maybe.
You know how sometimes the workers are kind of
takes a minute.
iffy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised you found a Burger King because I can't think where there's
That's
even
right. We
one
were talking
left.
about that. You traveled to the next town.
I guess what? You found one. So
yeah. Well, good.
Anyways,
good, Matt.
but,
good job. All right. That gives me hope. Yeah.
So let's all try it.
And I'll be in the States next week, so I'll be able to try a Whopper in the States.
Try a Whopper. So in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Perfect.
Okay.
We'll come back on.
And let's not tell each other beforehand.
No.
Wait for the podcast.
Save it for the pod.
That's right.
So, on with the podcast.
On with the show.
All right, Kim, over to you then.
All right, Katie, when was the last time you flew on a plane?
Let's see. It's been a long time.
Me too. In fact, I think the last time I flew on a plane was my honeymoon a year after we got married.
Okay, so it's been a while for both of you.
And maybe 20 years.
Yeah,
for me.
So it's been a minute since both of you have flown on a plane.
Yeah. And in fact, it's been long enough to where I wonder if I'm afraid the next time I get on it. Because of my fear of heights and things nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, you'll probably be okay, but who knows? I don't know.
Sometimes I break out in a sweat when I think about it even.
Okay.
It's not going to keep me from it. I'm just saying I'll wonder.
Yeah. I'll just give you a bunch of NyQuil and
knock
you'll
me
be
out.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if this is a thing lately, but for some reason I've been seeing lots of videos about this happening.
Okay.
I have never actually seen it, and I've flown quite a bit in the last little bit. Anyway, okay. First off, how do you guys feel about like if someone asked you to switch seats with them, or maybe you've ask people to switch seats with you? How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I would never ask anyone to switch seats.
Okay, let's say you got placed somewhere and one of your child or Dan got placed somewhere. Would you ever ask someone to switch seats with them?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Nay, what about you? If you got placed somewhere and LeGrand got placed, would you go up and ask somebody to switch if they wouldn't mind switching seats?
Yeah, I'd ask, but I wouldn't force it. I'd just explain the situation and be like, I know these are the only seats we could get. You don't have to, but if you'd be willing to, I'd be okay with asking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, and I mean, a lot of people say that that's okay, but there's been now what's been massively
another question you asked is if somebody asked us.
Yeah, has anyone
did you want us to?
But I thought, it's been over 20 years, and I don't know if people did back then. This is more.
Well, we can imagine if somebody asked us how we feel about it, right?
Okay, yeah.
And actually, Kim, airplanes were pretty much the same back then.
Well, I'm just saying it's become a big thing in the
Right. It's
last
happening
10
more
years.
now.
Yeah.
But I can imagine if somebody asked me,
Okay.
I'd say
Someone
no.
said to you, hey, my daughter's sitting here next to you. Would you mind switching seats with me?
Mm-hmm. And I'd say no.
Okay. Nay, what about you?
I'd probably say no. Well, I mean, I've never flown alone. I suppose if I was flying alone, maybe I'd be more willing to. But I mean, if I'm sitting by whoever I'm flying with, then I'm not gonna want to do that.
Yeah,
Probably.
usually it's solo.
Yeah,
It's solo passengers.
and I
Right.
bet you it's
That
because as flights get cheaper and more common, and more people are flying alone. I don't know. I mean, it used to be only business type people, but now maybe there's more people that just hop on a plane
oh
and
yeah,
go
people.
somewhere quickly. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. People do a lot of things by themselves. There's a lot of single people that fly all over by
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
themselves. Have no
Yeah.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay. Well, there's a couple stories that I've read that at first reading I was like really like bugged, and I mean I'm still bugged by it, but okay. The first story is this: a solo girl. She was by herself, and she picked a window seat. Now, if you pick a window seat or an aisle seat, there are more. And depending on where you pick in the plane, you pay a little bit more. That's why I said I can't remember 20 years ago how if things were picked for. I really can't remember.
You can't remember that I went to travel agency school and I
I
know all
know.
about this.
I know. That's true, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, Nate. She went
Yeah.
to travel
I
school.
know.
I
I
did.
always forget about that secret chapter
Yes.
of her
Yeah.
life as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know how. And they, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, okay, so but a lot of people just get online and do it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they
Well,
pick
but I know how what I'm saying is I know how the airplanes sell their tickets, their
Okay.
seats. I
Yeah.
know how that works.
Okay. So you purchase the seat you want if you want to months in advance of your trip. Okay, so this
Mm-hmm.
girl purchased her seat. She got it. So she had extra leg room because she kind of has she's taller,
Mm-hmm.
and she got a window seat. And then next to her was um a guy and then another person. So the guy in the middle didn't pick his seat because sometimes you just get, if you don't pick your seats, you just have to take what's left.
Right. Right.
Okay. So the lady, his wife, asked, hey, would you mind switching seats with me? And she was a few rows back in the middle. And the girl by the window said, oh no, I picked the seat for a
Yeah.
reason. I paid the extra so I could be by the window.
Right.
Anyway, it escalated into this massive thing, and everything now everyone has a phone, right? And records and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So she got recorded and
They're
put
fighting,
online. Yes,
like
she was going
verbally
back.
fighting.
Yeah, the lady was making her feel so terrible for not switching seats.
I hate that.
And the girl even said, well, maybe the person next to you wouldn't mind switching and your husband can go back with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, so eventually the flight attendant came and this couple actually got escorted off. Okay, that's one scenario.
Okay.
Then another one that's very similar but it's a mother and a child. Well, the child wanted to sit next to the window seat. And the girl said, no, I bought this seat so I could sit by the window. Same type of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But this girl ended up suing the airline and the person who videoed her and posted it on the internet because it like she got a ton of backlash, but she also got people on her side, but a ton of backlash because she wouldn't give up her seat to a child.
Right.
Okay. Then one more scenario.
Did she win?
Oh yeah, she won.
Good.
Yes. Okay. And then this is another scenario that I read too. All these kind of were, I mean, I'm shortening them, but if you read them, that's like very aggravating.
No, you're good.
Anyway, yeah.
So do I have to remind you the times you won't let us speak?
Yes.
Just kidding.
Well, plus Katie hates when I read stories. Anyway.
Your memory is good. Use it.
No, it's not that good. Anyway, okay, then the last scenario is this girl, she's a bigger. So she bought 2 seats. one by the window, the middle seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then on the aisle seat was a mother, and she was holding a toddler, which you can hold a toddler on your lap.
Mm-hmm.
But the mother said to this girl, after like an hour into the flight, hey, do you mind if I sit my toddler here on this seat?
Mm-hmm.
And the girl was like, well, no, I bought two because I want to be comfortable on this flight.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom, I mean, so they're already up in the air. The mom would not, like, I don't get these people. That's what's aggravating. If somebody says no, they've already bought the seat. Why do you continue to argue with them?
I know. Yeah.
And the
Be
mother
respectful.
yes, the mother continued, and the girl was like, look, I bought the seat because I spill over into it. I mean, she was very blunt. Like, and the mother was like, yes, but the toddler will only take this part. Anyway, it just got so heated.
Bunch of entitled people.
Yes. Anyway, the flight attendant had to come, and I mean, they're already up in the air, but I guess I can't remember, the mom either had to get reseated or I don't know. I can't remember on that one. I just was like, why do people, if I don't care, like if Nate said he would go and ask someone, fine. If you go and ask, but if they say no, because these people who are asking could have also bought the better seats. They chose not to, hoping that they'd get like to be able to bully or talk someone into changing seats with them. They just, they didn't want to pay the extra fee. So a few people had suggested this, like if you're willing to maybe change, like you could say to the person, sure, if you want to Venmo me an extra $50, I'll go, like I'll do that, and you can,
I'm willing.
I'm willing, and then like wait for them to Venmo you at that time, and then get up and go switch if you're willing to switch. That's a solution.
That'd be embarrassing to me to do, but that's okay. To each its own.
Embarrassing as which, to ask for extra money or to be the person? Paying?
Like I'll switch if you pay me. That seems embarrassing to me.
Oh, really?
I think that's petty. So I just would say no. I just feel funny. I would either switch for free. Either be willing to switch, or
I just thought, well,
just stay put.
If that's a way to put people in their seat. I mean, that's a way to be like, sure, I'll switch with you if you want to pay what I paid for this seat, the upgrade.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like
I'm
I
saying
thought
I
was,
wouldn't, but
I thought that was a great
compromise.
Solution. Compromise. And so anyway, I like some people were like, sure, if it's a kid and they want to sit with their family, but someone did actually switch, and she said they all sat in a row and they all just had headphones on the whole flight. Like it's not like they cared to even sit by each other. They all just sat there and
didn't even talk to each other.
Now when I started seeing these videos here, the last year or two, Matt and I, when we went to Africa, we didn't get to sit by each other at all. I had to sit by this stinky guy. It was so gross. And then Matt got sat up with this pretty girl. But I didn't even know it was an option that you could ask to switch. I didn't even think to be like, oh, Matt could have switched with the stinky guy, and the stinky guy would have wanted to sit up there with the pretty girl.
And then she would be complaining about the switch.
But I'm just saying, I just was like, well, we're stuck here. Like we both were like, well, what can we do?
We got assigned.
That's why I going into this whole question that you're giving us, I would not go on a plane. I would not arrange a situation where I would need switching. Whether it's my child is far, if I think that they are going to be okay, then I will book that. If they're not, I am not booking that flight.
That's right.
Picking another flight where if we need to be together, then that's how I'm going to enter enter the airplane.
Yeah. And I mean, you're thinking like most, but you would be surprised.
Yeah.
Surprised how many people are okay with pestering someone to change seats.
Change seats, yeah.
Yes. Now, someone said if it would be great if you're sitting in a middle seat next to a child and the parent was up in Comfort Plus on an aisle or window seat and they said, hey, would you mind switching me seats? I got a better seat, but I want to sit back here with my child, you know?
Yeah.
As opposed to,
I mean, I guess I wouldn't be like a cold-hearted and be like, no.
You just tell the parent, you've got someone's kid beside you and the parent is up somewhere better. You say, hey, I'm beside your kid. Why don't I take your seat and you take mine?
Yeah. But on a flight, for me,
try it, you know.
I feel like I would pick a seat that was like that first scenario where the lady wanted the extra room and stuff like that. And like I would make sure I had picked a seat that was what I wanted.
Yeah.
So that's why I say no, because I think, well, this is, I maybe wanted to be by the escape or the, you know, or whatever. I have my reasons why I have this flight or this seat.
Well, yeah.
But the only exception would be children. I mean, it's not like I would be like, but I don't want to spend 2 hours on a flight.
But let's say at the same time, because you're tall, so let's say you bought a Comfort Plus seat, and those are a little bit more.
Yeah, it means makes a difference.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And if it's a big flight, you would just be like, well, I'm sorry, I chose this for a reason. I mean, a family also has the same options you have. They just don't want to pay the extra fees to get their kids up where they are.
Or if
but on the other hand, I could see being super annoyed if, like, you know, say I had to be somewhere and so I had to book this flight and I couldn't get every kid together or something, or even party. It doesn't have to be a kid, could be an adult. You tried, but you couldn't. So you go on, you're like, oh, I'll bet we'll
take what you could.
I bet we could work something out with someone. There's 200 people on this plane.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they think.
I go
that's
ask
what they hope.
someone, and they're like, no, I bought 2 tickets. I just want it. I'm like, you just want it? Come on. Like, there's an empty seat. You know, I could be annoyed at that, too.
I'd be annoyed at you.
Yeah.
I say if you enter that with your tickets, if that's not going to work for you, you have no business on that flight. Yeah. If you can't let your kids sit where they're assigned, I just feel like you got to take that.
You.
Yeah. Like if let's say I'm super claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And I need that seat.
Was like,
I don't want somebody sitting there telling me I'm selfish because I won't let a kid sit there. Like I think, well, no. I need this for my flight the same as you need whatever you need.
Yeah. And to her point, the girl that was a little bit bigger, like she was saying, I've been ridiculed for purchasing one seat and then spilling into the next.
Right.
And I've been ridiculed for buying 2 seats and not sharing. So she's like, I can't win. And I'm like, no, that was winning because you were actually being thoughtful and purchasing 2 seats.
Yeah.
Like she was trying to be thoughtful.
Right. And the mother, if she's not prepared to take that whole flight with her child on her lap, then she should have paid for a seat for her child.
Yes.
Not sit there and be like, well, I mean, what's the big deal? Well,
I do agree, but I also think, like, if not, help a sister out, you know? Maybe she can.
Well, I get what you're saying, because some people were like, you know, I mean, let's try to be kind and da. But I also get what this girl is saying. Like there's reasons why I purchased and I spent my money to be
for 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Nay, if you bought 2 tickets for yourself, whatever the reason is.
No, I would say yes for sure, I think. And someone came and was like, do you really need that other seat? And I'd be like, well, I mean, I've got my book here, but if you want to sit your kid there.
Well, that's because you're thinking you don't have a need for it. But I'm saying put yourself in a situation where you would have a need for that second seat.
Yeah.
Or she wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah. No, she bought it because she hates to be
I'm saying that's why I'm saying, like, you have to assume you have a need for it, whatever that need is.
Yeah.
Claustrophobia, weight,
whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You don't want stinky people next to you.
Yeah.
If you paid double, I'm sure you
double.
would be like, no. I mean, why? What are you just throwing money away for nothing?
Yeah, I mean, you got a point. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, like let's say you have
you're a
germaphobe.
Yourself being like, well, I guess I can help you out. I mean, I don't know. I can see that too. I don't know what I would do for sure. But
well, Venmo, I guess.
That is a good option.
I'll pay me the $200, and your child can sit
have
there.
The seat.
Yeah.
And I bet you that mother wouldn't pay it because she would have paid for one in the first place.
Right.
After this, you guys go watch some of these videos. It's pretty crazy how crazy people
are nuts.
And everything gets videoed nowadays because everyone has a cell phone.
Yeah.
But people are so crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the videoing is a very passive aggressive move.
Yeah.
People use it as a real tool to like get them to do what they want.
Yes. And sometimes the videoer is not just someone, it's actually the person asking, and then they get out their phone and try to make the other person look like a bad person.
Moving right along. Haiti.
Yes, I have something that goes right along with this. Okay, I found an article that says, and I especially want to read this to you, Nate, because I can see you doing one of these things. This is 5 reasons airlines can put you on their no-fly lists.
Oh.
Okay, so we got to be careful. Okay, this is the one I thought, I can see Nate doing this. Skip lagging.
What's that?
Okay, also called hidden city ticketing. Okay, it's a practice of booking a flight intentionally that has a
long layover.
Yeah, like a layover somewhere. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you skip the last part of your
people
leg.
do that all the time.
Yeah. Well,
it's in like one of these hacks that I have that I follow. This lady that I follow.
Would you pay more to stop
it's cheaper.
Through?
They're getting a direct flight to that town could be more than if it's a connecting flight to another city. Because of the way the airlines sell their tickets, like certain tickets are a certain amount, and then after those are filled, then it increases.
So you mean a flight to New York with a connection in Chicago would be cheaper than a direct to Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And so then you would just get out at Chicago and you'd be happy.
Right, and then not get on their connected flight.
Why does that bother? Why does that matter?
Well,
to
I'll tell you.
Because you've paid.
Yeah, it's because the way they sell their tickets. They take the first leg to their desired city and skip the final leg of the journey. You may be wondering how it's possible that skipping a portion of a journey can be more affordable, but airlines price routes based on competition and demand rather than distance, which means a longer route can sometimes be cheaper than a shorter one. Skip lagging takes advantage of this mismatch.
But my question is, why do the airlines care? Because you've paid.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you. While it can save travelers money, airlines strongly discourage the practice because it exploits their pricing systems and can disrupt operational planning. Some airlines even outright prohibit it. For example, American Airlines states in its conditions of carriage that skip lagging can result in having your return ticket canceled. And if you are a habitual offender, an airline may refuse to sell you a ticket or allow you to board a flight in the future.
That's so stupid. I hate it when companies do rules like that are just rules and they don't make sense,
Well, they do make sense to me because of travel agency school.
Well, what I mean is if airline companies want to, get the maximum amount of money out of us by the way they choose to sell us their tickets, and we find a way around it, and then they just say, no, that's the only thing you're not allowed to do. Like, that's not fair to the consumer.
Well, there's also the fact that they run their systems according to what's booked. And so if people are like, you know,
But you
like,
fly with 10 seats empty. They're paid for. Who cares?
well, I can see it.
Well, I see what Nate's
I
point
think,
is, that this is what I
why
think
do
I
they
read
care?
is it's like a cruise ship. Let's say you got off in Mexico, I don't know, one of the ports in Mexico, and that's where you wanted to end. Then they go on to the next destination, the next port city, and they may not care, but because you're not on there, now the cruise ship's wondering what happened to you, like where are
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the airplane, if they necessarily care so much, and maybe they started catching on people doing this, but at one time I think I read, like, it was like what happened to this person, like they were supposed to
Yeah.
be here and they're not here.
Right.
Like a
And
cruise ship, if you
sometimes,
don't get on, they're like, where's this
where's the
person?
person? And
Yeah.
sometimes with flights, when there's a flight that is delayed, they'll see that they have connections, and then a flight will wait for this plane. I mean, I don't know how long, what's
Right.
customary, but they will wait for connectors to make sure they get on this flight. And so if you just have a no-show, maybe it causes problems, just like what you're saying.
Yeah, I read that somewhere. That's one of the reasons, but maybe, like, Nay also has a point too, that I'm not sure, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I can see that. I mean, I can see it's not the airline's first choice for sure.
I
'Cause,
just think it's like not very like
But
things need to be very like set. Like having people just miss flights just doesn't seem like something that the airlines would be cool with.
right,
You
but I
know.
did,
exactly.
when I read that
But
hack,
consumers would be.
I thought it was a great idea. I thought,
Yeah.
geez,
Yeah,
I
no
should do
kidding.
that next time. Saves
Yeah.
you that much
Well,
money.
they might. Well, how much money is it really saving you too?
I don't
People get
know.
really, you know,
Yeah, maybe $100. I
like
don't
I
know.
think, well, just
Yeah.
pay for the correct.
Um,
Don't lie.
Pretty soon you
Don't be
guys will see I'm
dishonest.
on the blacklist for
Yeah.
Yeah.
lying.
And you're stuck in Africa
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
took off your last flight.
Yep.
You're okay. Endangering the flight.
Yeah.
Endangering a flight includes any behavior that threatens the safety, security, or normal operation of the aircraft. Examples: attempting to open the emergency exit door during a flight. So don't
Okay.
do that. Trying to access the cockpit, or making comments or behaving in ways that suggest a security threat,
Yeah,
such as
like remember.
joking.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say after 9/11, and we would take
Bomb, bomb, bomb,
planes.
bomb,
Yeah,
bomb.
yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so such as joking about terrorism. I can see some bozo getting on there and being like, "Hey guys,
I have a
some
bomb.
stupid thing." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Airlines take these actions very seriously because they can cause panic, trigger emergency procedures, or even lead to a flight being diverted or grounded. Okay, intoxication, air travel, and alcohol can be a risky combination.
Yeah.
I'm getting drunk on a plane. That
Mm-hmm.
song.
When Matt and I went to England, a lady had a whole row to herself. She didn't pay for it, but the flight was not full.
Had some, yeah.
But she was drinking like nobody's business, and she was taking off her, not all of her clothes, but she was like taking off her shirt and like doing the weirdest stuff. I couldn't help but watch her, but then she'd look over at me super fast, like she knew I was watching her, and I thought, crap, she's gonna come over and beat me up.
Yeah. This is interesting because alcohol affects the body more intensely at altitude. Intoxication can happen faster on a plane than on the ground. So that's interesting. Okay, not complying with crew member instructions. Failing to comply with crew member instructions can have serious consequences during air travel, even if the request seems minor to you. Airlines expect passengers to follow all crew directions to help maintain everyone's safety and comfort on board. For example, United Airlines recently updated its contract of carriage to require passengers using personal devices to wear headphones to reduce cabin noise and disturbances for others. Those who don't comply risk being kicked off the flight and banned from flying with the airline in the future. The airline also enforces a rule prohibiting voice or video calls after the aircraft doors have closed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Lastly, harassing, assaulting, or endangering passengers or crew can also result in being placed on the airline's no-fly list.
Yeah.
American Airlines states, we may not let you fly temporarily or permanently for any reason, including if you are uncooperative, abusive, harassing, or show the potential to be while on board. So it's up to their discretion.
Yeah, yeah.
Airlines often maintain permanent bans for serious misconduct, such as physical or sexual harassment, threats or verbal abuse, dangerous intoxication, or refusing or ignoring crew instructions. Interfering with cabin crew duties is also a criminal offense, leading to potential fines or jail time. So that's the reminder for all of us to
be on our best behavior. Yeah.
Behave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I just. Yeah.
If they won't work with me, I'm not working with them. I agree with all that stuff, obviously, but I mean, if I need to make a call after the doors have closed, and then they say, "Sir, get off your phone," and I put it on mute, and I say, "Is there somewhere I can step? I just need to finish this call."
There's nowhere you can step. You're literally on the plane.
You have to prepare.
What if I go back by the bathrooms, or I don't know?
No.
Like, exactly. Why would they say no?
There's rules for a reason, Nay. That's what I keep trying to tell you.
Well, that's what I just don't understand, why all these people get into all these big, massive things, and it's because they're like, Nay, and they're like, but I got this really important phone call, and da-da-da. Well, if they ask you, you have to abide by the rules.
There's reasons for the rules.
Hey, Kevin, Katie, we've learned so much yet again. We've laughed, we've cried. No, we haven't cried. Yet again, a successful podcast without crying.
Yep.
Well, it's been a slice. Bye-bye.
Toodaloo. Toodaloo.
Take it easy.
My fat checks, my 2 cents on last week's episode.
Yeah, so like my sideburns are red. Like if I had a beard, it would be red. And I have red in my hair, but after about when I started, like, I don't know, kindergarten, honestly, my hair, it just hasn't been as red ever since. It's not really red enough. In fact, actually, it sneaks up on people. Most people, they'll notice my sideburns and ask if I'm a ginger. And I'm like, well, I mean, kind of a little. It's in there. I don't color my hair. Like, it's in there. Like, and they're like, well, yeah, your sideburns. And I'm like, right, yeah, like, it's in there, but... Yeah, pretty much everything she said she got growing up, I've never encountered any of that. Not a single nothing. I don't classify myself as a redhead, and I've never had other redheads be like, whoa, yeah, like, you know, and act like we're tight even though we've never met each other before. That's not a thing. Even Kim, like if I had red hair, Kim would remember, and Kim's like, wait, what? Now my best friend in high school, he was redhead. He was the redheaded stepchild. That's what they called him. That's what his siblings called him. He was just an ogre. He was just a big old ogre. Yeah, that's all I got for like the redhead stuff. Now the reason that she wore green so much is because green is red's complementary color. So you naturally gravitate toward green. You gotta go with you can't do like a bright green though. That's St. Patrick's Day. You gotta do like a nice forest green. purple is one of my favorite colors. And purple is only one shade away from red. That's why it looks good. So like that's fair too. When I was in high school, I was kind of tan because I was in the sun all the time. I just get burnt now. I hate going outside. I don't like the beach. I always wear hats outside because I don't like having to put on sunscreen, and I don't like having to reapply sunscreen either. It's just too much of a hassle because all you do is just get burnt. Pretty much it, I guess. Okay, bye.
Hey, Kim and Katie. This is Amy Banta commenting on your latest podcast episode with my good friend and neighbor, Ginger T. Loved it. And it was a funny thing. Like right after listening to that podcast, I actually watched the old spy thriller. It's not that old, but you know, it's from the 90s. Spy thriller. Oh my gosh, the name has left me. Patriot Games. It's a Tom Clancy. Not his best, but you know, it was still a fun watch, and I was doing it for research, so for my next writing project. Anyway, you didn't need to know that. The point is, I was watching it, and like it turns out the crux of the plot is that Harrison Ford's character like recognizes who the driver was in these multiple terrorist attacks because she had red hair. I mean, if you're going to be doing like sneaky international intriguey things, like, don't hire a redhead, I guess, as your getaway driver. That's what I learned from that movie. Actually, I'm curious if, any of your redhead listeners, have had the experience where they get caught more often than their non-redheaded peers when they get into mischief, just because it's easy to see red hair, and so they get caught more often. Curious about that. Anyway, keep up the good work. Love the podcast, and can't gush enough about it. So, anyway, thanks. Bye.